Hello, that's TubeTalk.
Welcome back, Douglas. Well, what was the big news last week?
Big news last week is that my bet of the week won because I'm actually good at picking horses.
I know, shame. Shame on me. I may never be able to do a bet of the week again, ever.
Yeah, so I picked it again this week, but you'll have to wait to watch the end of the video to see that.
Gotta watch the entire video first. To get to Doug's bet of the week.
Time.
860, 240 I paid.
It's pretty good, except
good.
Someone didn't put the bid on for me, did they?
Someone's underage.
I can't put the bid on for myself though. That's why I asked you to do it.
Let's roll forward from that.
Alright though, because I reckon this one is a good chance of winning it.
Yeah, I think you picked a good one too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Haven't picked the favourite because the favourite never wins.
Let's talk about it later.
Yeah. Alright. Anyway, last week, Duke of Gordon had a good win, didn't he?
He did. He won his second race in a row. He's looked really dominant. Won his maiden easy. He won last week by over 4 lengths, and he looks really, really progressive. And he's going to get an opportunity on the same track to make it 3 in a row later next week.
Yep. As well as that, we had 2 great performances from mares, didn't we, Dad?
Fantastic, brilliant.
First one of the 2 being Rip 'em Up. He got second in the Group 2 Travis Stakes.
Yeah, really well-bred mare, and we've been aiming to try and get her a bit of black type this preparation for selling her, and she ran second in the weight for age Group 2 Travis Stakes, beaten by 2 Illicit, one of the best horses in the country, and she beat Group 1 performed horse behind her, so just an absolutely brilliant result for her. And that'll be probably her last race. She'll probably now go to the Gold Coast and be sold as a broodmare. The owners, I think, will do very well.
And then as well as that, we had a Tissue who was third in the Hawkesbury Cup.
So good to see her jump, first of all. And then so good seeing her keen attack the line hard. Nothing came from back. She was on the rail in the worst part of the track. And she probably just peaked on her run, I think, just with about 50 metres to go. She just peaked. And that's probably because she hasn't raced for a long time. So it was a super run. Gives us a lot of confidence going forward, and she'll probably run the fillies and mares race next up in Brisbane on a better track. And then there's a nice $500,000 race for her.
Moving on to this week, on Friday at Cranbourne, we have Flame of Venice.
3 seconds in the last 4 starts, beaten narrowly. Distance is good. Unfortunately, she's on the outside barrier again. That makes it slightly tricky. Only question mark is whether she's had enough. If she hasn't had enough, she's awfully hard to beat.
Then on Saturday at Te Rapa, race 4, we have Reposer Repeater.
Yeah, look, his form is actually better than what it reads. Like last week at Te Rapa, they walked in front, he just couldn't make ground, and he sprinted, but it was just too hard. Steps up to a mile, which I think suits. Got a nice barrier draw. We need to get him jumping better. He's just doing flopping out of the gates and sitting handier. It's a very even field, and if he races near his best, he'll be right at the finish.
And then at Riccarton, race 5, we've got 2 runners. First one being This Is Dramatic and 7-11.
Yeah, the listed Champagne Stakes, 2-year-olds, so important black type for fillies. This Is Dramatic was an unlucky second last start at Riccarton. Just got chopped out when she was going for a gap. I think she would have won. She hadn't won, she would have gone very close. So it's been a target for her. It's a good race for her. Awkward barrier draw drawn wide up to Tina Kominyahi, who's riding super to get into a good position. She's in it up to her eyeballs. 7-11. This has just been an educational prep for her ahead of her 3-year-old season. So we gave her one run a couple of weeks ago, and she ran well. She ran 7th, but she got home good late, and she was the second fastest last 200 metres in the race. And she's come through well, so we've decided to press on to this race. She's got an outside barrier draw. She'll probably settle back, but she'll be attacking the line hard. She's more of a 3-year-old type, and a beautiful 3-year-old type than a sharp 2-year-old. So it would be slightly surprising to see her win, but it would not be surprising to see her run well.
And then we move on to race 7, which is Severine.
Severine. Yeah, another mare that she's had 6 wins, and she's nicely bred by pins. We're just trying to get her a bit of black type. Ran second last start, was really good. We've kept her on the fresh side. 1400 metre suits, awkward barrier draw again. she never draws well in these races that we're trying to target. So we're just going to see how the day pans out. But she's a definite each-way chance.
Then move on to Aussie at Gold Coast, race 3. We have Stardome.
Yeah, he's been in great form, super form. You know, he's been running the top 3 every start. Last start he ran third over 2200, and he sort of was closing the way to the line and grinding towards the line. And after the race, discovered the next day had 2 black eyes, so he'd been hit by a couple of clods, which wouldn't have helped. So he's going good. It's his home track, nice race. He gets him with a nice weight. Awkward barrier draw, Mark Duplessis on, who's won on him. 2400 metres, it's probably the extent of his distance range. I think it's getting out there. But he's going so well, he's got to be an each-way chance.
And then moving on at Caulfield, finally, race 7, we have Skyman and Wairere Falls.
Yeah, 2 very good horses, and the video I was showing you of Skyman was his fresh up run over 1400 in the Group 3, where he got back and just charged home. Beautiful, beautiful run. Fastest last 400 metres of the race, and a very strong race. He goes up in distance to a mile, which suits. He drops in grade, which suits. He's got an awkward barrier draw of 9, but I don't think that's a terrible thing. Like, I think he's going to get back and get cover, and that's going to allow him to sprint home hard. And I think that actually suits him better. So I think he's in this race. I think he's a good chance in the race. Wairere Falls, he's also dropping in grade from a Group 2. He's probably slightly worse off at the weights with his rating, but he's a very good horse. He's got a good barrier draw. He's going to sit up handy. He will improve for this race. It's his first run for a while, but he's working well enough to be a threat, and he's a definite each-way chance. 2 really nice horses.
And that moves on to Bit of the Week, long anticipated.
Yes, I'm just going to say some nice horses, Doug. Some nice horses racing this week. Bit of the Week, shall I do the drum roll?
Sure, yeah. So this Bit of the Week on Saturday at Te Rapa, race 2, I've chosen Mega Bourbon. He's paying $3.50 to win. He's had 3 starts at this track with 2 wins, and there's only 7 horses in this race as well.
Yeah, and you said you didn't like to back favourites.
No, I don't like to back favourites because often they choke under pressure.
Yeah, and I like the horse. He's had, all his wins have been at this distance, 1200 metres, and Waikato Te Rapa is such a horse's track. It's sandy and it digs up, and there's kickback, and some horses hate it. And it's a real horse's track. He's got a nice barrier draw 4. I think not that I know anything, because my picks have been not that great.
Yeah,
I think he's an excellent pick, though. Well done, so you can go 2 in a row.
Yeah, and if I can, I'd better get a pay rise, eh?
Yes.
I will?
You will.
Alright.
We'll see you next week, Doug.
Bye.
Bye.
Johannes Vermeer moves up with Tiberian. Max Dynamite then rekindling, followed by Big Duke. Johannes Vermeer takes the lead. 200 metres to go. Johannes Vermeer in front, but here comes rekindling. Johannes Vermeer rekindling. Max Dynamite back to the inside at the 100. Johannes Vermeer rekindling, wearing it down. Johannes Vermeer and rekindling, stride for stride. Rekindling has won the Emirates Melbourne Cup.